sun salutation that we use in a general yoga class, and this can be really useful to beginners when you're not used to practicing our style. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully Sam doesn't get too excited about all the sun salutations and he stays nice and calm. So find yourself a space and let's begin. So at the start of any class we come into what we call mountain pose. Mountain pose is when we align our body in a straight and tall position. We want to think about the weight falling evenly down through the feet, through all 4 points of the feet, at the front and the back. Now depending on your body, you might have your feet big toes touching, heels separated, or maybe feet at hip distance apart, helping to support your body a little better. I want you to bring your body into whatever position feels best for you. Once you have aligned your body, you can bring your hands to prayer at heart and start to think about lifting up through your pelvic floor, gently drawing the waist up, belly button in, softening the shoulders, relaxing the jaw and the muscles of the face. Gently contracting the muscles at the front of the legs. Just taking a few breaths with the eyes closed or open to connect back with the rhythm of your body. We're going to do the flowing variation of the sun salutation today with a bit of extra talking. So from the front of your mat, we're going to inhale and extend the arms up. Now if you have shoulder problems, it might be a better idea to keep the arms down at a 45-degree angle, because this, with the shoulders lifted, isn't great for the spine or the neck. You want to think about opening your heart up, gently drawing the shoulder blades back together behind you, and if you're an advanced yogi, you may even contract the muscles of the buttocks and gently open the heart toward the ceiling. On our next exhalation, we soften through the knees, bending at the hips, coming to either flat back if you have any known lower back injuries or sensitivities, resting the hands or the elbows on the knees. If your lower back is healthy, you can proceed to fold your head all the way down to the floor, stretching the backs of the legs and gently squeezing over the lower belly. Our hands then come to the floor either side of the feet, and the right foot steps back, dropping the right knee down to the floor. It's important that the front knee is over the front ankle and that you've got this beautiful 45-degree bend through the back leg. We then inhale, lift the hands up and then bring them down to our hearts. Hands come down to the floor and we step back into a plank position. Plank can be done either on toes, knees, or if you need more support, in a square box position, thinking about drawing your belly button towards your spine, choosing what is best for your body today, listening to your breath as a guide. From this position, we then keep our elbows nice and close to our body, and we lower down belly, chest, and chin. We tuck our toes under, we lift our body back up, bringing our bottom to heels, lifting the fingers toward the ceiling in what we call lung opener, dropping the head to the earth for a breath. We then use this opportunity as a sequence to curl up through the back, bottom to heels, and then snake the body forward. And that might not be fluent for you yet, so just practice it a few times. You can then choose to come into either Sphinx pose with the elbows on the floor, toes pushing down, knees lifting, belly drawn towards your spine, buttocks gently extending down toward the heels. You can begin to extend into Cobra if you wish by gently pushing through the hands and lifting the elbows away from the floor. And as you exhale, you lower back down. The next pose, down dog, is probably the most difficult and poorly done by new yogis. So listen to my cues and feel into your body. I want you to come back to that 4-point kneeling position. Push into your hands, what we call Hasta Bandha, each fingertip or pad, the underside of your knuckles and the base heel of the hand, pushing these down into your mat or the floor. We then tuck our toes under, leading with our buttocks, bringing it back to our heels, keeping our knees bent, our heels lifted. Lead with your buttocks up to the ceiling. Once you've created this little V position with the tushy leading, we can then think about straightening the legs, but most of us are going to need to keep them slightly bent. And then thinking about balancing the weight between the hands and the feet. The most common thing is that people arch through the upper part of their back, rather than allowing the weight to draw back into their feet and balancing the weight and allowing the shoulders to broaden, almost like you're trying to turn your biceps towards your face. The next part is also challenging for new yogis, getting your foot all the way to the front of the mat, leading with your right leg. If you need help with this, you can drop your left leg down, reach back for your right foot and help it through. Finding your lunge on the other side. Inhale, lifting the hands and lowering them to prayer. Coming back to where we began now, stepping forward into forward fold, or if you need to for your lower back, coming into flat back. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rolling up, extending the hands and bringing them down to prayer. Now we might do that anywhere from 1 to 10 rounds in a class. If you're really lucky, it'll be 10, but it changes every time, usually about 2 or 3. So practice it as often as you need to, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Happy yogaing! See you later, guys.